And welcome back, and it is the 4th of May, further maths 5 a day, and let's just jump straight to the first one. Right, what do we have? Write down, now actually before I even read the rest of it, I've got a quadratic. It doesn't say quadratic, but it's further maths. It's not an A-level exam or similar, so I can presume it's probably a quadratic. I can see I've got a vertex down here. Let's now have a look at the question. So the question says, write down the equation of the tangent at point A. Okay, that's clever. Now, the tangent will only just touch the curve, and the only way of just touching the curve is if that is a horizontal line. So the answer to this first question is actually just going to be the horizontal line, which has the equation y equals -1. That is the line which just touches at the vertex. Then write down the equation, the normal. Now, the normal is a perpendicular to this. So in other words, it's going to go through here. So therefore, this one must have equation x is equal to 5. Good little starter questions, that sort of nice questions to make sure you understand what's happening. Next question. Okay, so the next question is a functions question. I've got f of x equals something, g of x equals something. For all values of x, work out the range, so the output. So g of f of x is g of 4x minus 1, in other words, f of x. Then I'm going to do g to that, which is to square it, which is going to give me 4x minus 1 squared. Right, now, it's one of these whereby you might just know what I'm about to do here, but I'm going to talk through it anyway because it's good to know for A-level maths. Some of you may not have this explained by your teachers yet. I know where this is equal to 0 is where this is equal to 0. In other words, x is equal to a quarter. I also know because x equals quarter is what's known as a repeated root, I also know that this bounces off at x is equal to a quarter. Now you could expand and complete the square and you will find out that x equals a quarter is the x value of the vertex. Either way, the point is the smallest value I can have, the smallest y value I can have is 0. All the other values are greater than 0. So the answer to my question is g of f of x is going to give me all values that are greater than or equal to 0. Now again, if you didn't quite like that, you could have expanded the quadratic, you could have then completed the square, find out what the vertex is, but you would have got to the same value in the end. Next question. Right, so next question is saying work out the coefficient of x cubed. Now, because it's to the power of 5, I'm going to have the fifth row of the binomial of Pascal's triangle. Now, it is worth learning these. And I've done this so many times that I know it's going to be 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Then I want x cubed. So this is going to be x to the 0, x to the 1, x squared, x cubed. So therefore, my answer is going to be 10, which is the combinations part, multiplied by 1 to the power of, well, I'm doing x cubed, so 5 minus 3 is 2, times by 2 cubed, and that's going to give me, well, 10 times 8 is going to give me 80 x cubed. But the question doesn't say what is it with the cubed, it says what's the coefficient, so therefore the coefficient is the number before the cubed, which means my answer is 80. Good question. Next and final question today. Solve sine theta equals 0.45. So quick sketch. I'm doing it between 0 and 360, which means there is 2 answers. Calculator out. So sine theta equals 0.45, theta equals sine minus 1 of 0.45, and that's going to tell me that theta equals 26.7. That's this one here. Then this one is 180 minus that by symmetry. So again, calculator out if you've got it. If not, just do it in your head. 180 minus 26.7 gives me 153.3. And that's the day done. As ever, usual mix of decent sort of just checking questions. The point of these videos is they go quite quickly just to check you know something each day. Hopefully it went well for you. Do let me know how it went. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.